The September 2024 meeting of the Murfreesboro Golf Commission will now come to order. I've asked Robert if he would to lead us in prayer and pledge to the flag. Robert?
I'll lead the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lord, thank you for letting us be here today. Thank you for letting us serve on commission, serve our community, and we thank you for putting us in this town, in this place at this moment. Father, and as we as a commission can help guide and lead however pleases you. So Lord, may we honor you in all that we do. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Robert. Wendy, do we have any public comments on the agenda?
I was not notified of any.
Okay. Takes care of that then. The agenda is to consider the minutes of the last meeting, which was a long time ago. March the 13th. I think everybody has a copy of the minutes. Any discussion on the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion second. Wendy, let's call the roll.
Okay, Mr. Loomis?
Aye.
Okay. Mr. Richardson? Okay. Mr. Wilkerson? Okay. I don't know, do you count on that one?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't count.
Okay, I did, thank you. You do.
The minutes are approved as presented to us unanimously. And our second item on the agenda is the golf course reopening recap. And before we get started on that, I just want to commend Trey, the staff, Marty and his crew. I mean, the golf course is beautiful. I talked to Marty McCurry. You know, he's in the golf business, and he plays quite a bit of golf all around, and he said it was the best conditioned course he'd been on this year. So that says something about the course. If you hadn't had a chance to play it yet, you need to. Trey, recap.
Yeah, I mean, just everything went well. We have a sign ordered. I didn't realize how long those things took to make. The bronze plaque that'll commemorate the renovation. It'll go on the clubhouse at Old Fort. That'll list city manager, all city council, all the way golf commission, everybody that's part of the renovation. So that'll be in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have that hopefully. So that's coming, but yeah, we've been absolutely slammed at capacity pretty much every single day. Right now, first tee time's at 7 a.m., last tee time's around 5, a couple hours before dark roughly. So we can fit about 250 people a day on the golf course, and that's pretty much what we've had since we've opened. So it's going great. On Labor Day, tee time's filled up from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. in 2 minutes. So there's your demand right there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, nothing but good comments from, we've obviously talked to a lot of the folks coming in to play. And
Got some question about
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
Do we track where everybody's from?
We
On that.
do not track. Right now, when they come in, we know if they're a city resident or not.
Yeah, I'm just curious how much of that so far are you seeing? Is it mostly, big majority city residents? Are you getting outside?
I think when we opened, it was, since we've started doing the non-resident versus resident, it's about 50-50. I hadn't really looked at it since we've opened to see. My guess is that it's close, maybe even slightly more resident, just because I feel like, we'll get people all the time, hey, are y'all open yet? So I think that some of that word's still getting out. So I would say it's probably a little skewed more toward the resident at this point. But yeah, everything's up and going. We've had our first Men's Golf Association event, and we've started our match play event. Club championships end of September, and then we've got an October, November, and December event. But yeah, I mean, it's been extremely busy, so, but a lot of good feedback, and I mean, I'll answer any questions you have about it. I just, I think most of you have been there or at least played it. Most of you played it, everybody I think has been there at this point. But I'll answer any questions or address any comments or anything.
You know, get our markings back.
We have stakes. Stakes are out. They were out there before this past event. Now, we haven't painted the course yet. We will for a club championship. But they've got stakes back out there now.
There's boundary stakes. You hadn't got hazard or penalty area stakes. Or do you?
We do, yeah, we should.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. That's always, there he is. That's always a big chore.
Yeah.
I'll pass this along. I worked a qualifier over at Kings Creek, or I can't pronounce.
Tony.
The other day, and a couple of guys at different times found out I was from Murfreesboro, mentioned Old Fort, and were highly complimentary of the staff and the way they were treated over there. So I thought I'd just pass that along.
Yeah, thank you.
It's always nice to hear good things.
Yes, sir.
Probably don't have a reason to sell divot tools in the shop for a while. Take it where you can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a little firmer than the old bent grass for sure this time of year.
And they're just great.
Well, Marty and Trey, you guys did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Of course, it looks great. I think it's something that the city should be proud of. You know, one of the things I've said, and I think I told Mr. Allen this, is we need to put in the budget to redo those bathrooms out there. Much needed. And we need to do it, might as well do it now.
I did submit that as part of the CIP. Not sure what year it'll land, but I have at least, added that to the plan. I'm not sure, have y'all looked at that yet? I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I'll bring that.
Yeah, you probably had a lot to look at, for sure.
You and everybody else, did you look at that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Even aside from the greens, just the extra touches, the new bunker locations and the grass on the pond, and just,
The tee box.
yeah, the tee boxes, it's fantastic.
Even to the new signage on the course, which looks good.
Thank you.
And around the clubhouse. And the painted lines on the pavement.
Right.
Yeah.
You put it.
It just looks good, yeah.
You put it in Williamson County, it's a $135 golf course,
I wouldn't argue with you.
100%.
But all being said, I have to be in the shop one day when a guy came in, talked to Trey with a complaint. There weren't any trash cans out on the golf course, and he very patiently explained to him how many and where they were. And there's at least a half a dozen of them.
There's six.
And some of them has got signs on them that says trash.
Yeah.
So that's the only complaint that I've heard.
They did get relocated, so not in the old spots.
Yeah, they're under the water.
Yep.
Marty, you got any comments? I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, yeah, just South Church Street traffic's pretty rough right now. I wasn't expecting that from the house this morning. Everything's good. Pretty happy with the progress of the greens as far as the maturity and all that. We do have some little thin spots and stuff that we're working through, but we'll, grow through all that. And then just the root systems are a little bit shallow yet, which is to be expected. So I'm having to overwater, stuff that makes it not ideal to be a little bit wetter outside of some of the greens and the approach cuts and stuff like that. But that's just some growing pains right there. But overall, the bunkers are really fantastic for maintenance-wise, for sure. The design, all the overall look is really, really special. Adds a lot to the aesthetic of the golf course, the way it plays. Really just happy about everything. We've got, we're looking forward to a long time having some just overall better playing conditions for everybody, especially with the amount of play we get. You know, it seems like we're going to be able to handle the 250 plus rounds a day and have a quality putting surface, you know, year round, and just looking forward to having a really special facility for a long time.
In the winter, what temperature do you have to start covering those greens?
I think we can, I think we'll probably cover just about as much as anybody with the Ultra Dwarf Bermuda grass greens initially. Now, we might want to try to, you know, test the waters on that a little bit, but I don't anticipate doing that, at least maybe necessarily the first year. And going forward, you know, we'll kind of see how it goes. You know, we might be able to. And actually, one of the things that's sort of interesting to me is that we might be able to stay a little less dormant than some of the Bermuda grass greens. So tarping, when they tarp, is going to help us have a little bit more natural pigmentation and actual live grass for a longer season. And so covering won't have to do as much the painting and that kind of thing. We'll be able to have the natural pigment of the grass that'll still be out because it just tends to stay out longer and handles temperatures a little bit better than the Bermuda grasses. But yeah, we'll probably tarp a lot, just like everybody does.
Trey, I thought the opening ceremony went well. I think y'all did a good job with it.
Well, appreciate everybody being there, for sure. Thank you.
Your stripe show on the first tee shot.
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to bump back a set and test your limits. No.
No. Emily asked me if I was going to hit it in the pond. I told her it depended on where the tee was. I said, from back there, I can't reach the pond.
It was really good. Is there, what is causing the chipping green, the rough spots in the chipping green? Is that just from where it was froze, the kill that we had last year?
No, we had mid-June, I guess, we had some irrigation that wasn't running, that was just slow to catch on to it, and it was a pretty hot, dry spell right there that we caught some wilt on some edges of the new sodded greens too, but that's all coming back. So we're just kind of just letting it grow back in, but we'll maybe end up, we'll maybe end up, you know, just trying to let it grow in as much as possible. May end up stripping and laying a little bit of new material in there.
Cool.
That bunker, that was the last bunker they wanted, I think the last bunker they probably redid there, and I think there was some wiring that in that sprinkler that got, we weren't aware of it.
Gotcha. So it'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll repair it and just trying to be patient.
Sure. Have you seen an uptick in revenue from the driving range when it?
Well, yeah, I was, so we opened the driving range July 15th, before the course opened. And yes, I looked at the numbers actually yesterday. So from that last year with the course open, from July 15th to September 10th, almost 2 months, I think we've done in 2023 about $18,000 in revenue on the range. This year we've done about $38,000 in revenue.
Wow.
So now, part of that, well, at some point, I'm probably going to come to talk to Nate or, you know, some people in finance and look at. We've got a guy that works part time in the cart barn, who already works about 30 hours a week anyway. Looking to maybe get him on full time, just because he's maintaining the picker and helping with that. But I think we'll still make well over what we've done in the past. Yeah, a normal year we do about $80,000 in revenue. If we stay at this pace, we'll do close to $150,000 in revenue on the driving range. Speaking of which, we've got, I hadn't even told Marty this, yeah, I found out yesterday afternoon. They're supposed to come, I believe it's September, not this Monday, but next, I think it's like the 21st, 22nd, somewhere in there. They'll come out and lay the concrete for the turf to go on top of. So hopefully by end of September, we'll have, the back of that will be artificial turf we'll be able to utilize because that grass seed's taking a beating.
You're gonna do the one long strip of. like
Yeah,
we did-
that's similar to what we did last year. They've got a newer, just a different option where it's got a little more padding than even previously, but yeah, similar to what we did already.
When you went to the one long strip, I thought that made a huge difference.
A little better.
Yeah,
Or
it's
just
just,
clean a little-
yeah, it's clean and those old pads have gotten,
Yeah.
and you got more, more space to
Yeah.
spread out there.
Well, I think you can, with Stones River being closed, you can probably expect.
Have we talked about doing a surcharge for Stones River members? Crowding our golf course, doing all that stuff, extra 10, an extra 10 in the kitty. Well, have we talked about this, guys?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, you homeless guys?
Didn't fly.
We have a break, maybe 5 to come over.
I got Casey Rainey going on that one day. Hey, I'm just telling you, we're talking about charging an extra 10 for Stones River guys. How you can't do that?
Also, there's other places to play too. I mean, you stop and think about it, Yeah, in Horton, you can play over in Chevrolet, all those courses, 2 courses north of here. I mean, there's,
Yeah.
courses all around.
Yeah, I think what I heard from our folks is that you're right, there's courses all around, but trying to get a 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. tee time on a Saturday this is not going to happen. I think for most of them, I think they'll find that out. It'll be more difficult, I'll say that.
Well, you can't get one here either.
You're right. That's true.
All right, any other discussion on the golf course before we move on?
Just one comment. Yesterday was one of those days that they set aside, thank you to the Golf Course Superintendent's Day. Having played several golf courses this summer, we need to thank this guy more than once a year. Appreciate all the work that you've done for us.
Thank you all for playing the course. It's what makes it possible for us to do this. So, like having an avid golf community.
Anything else before we move on? Third item on the agenda is player development program updates.
Yeah, just, I'll just put this on here because September 18th, so next Wednesday, we'll start our fall PGA Hope program, and we've got, the last couple times it's been this way, we've got 20 on the roster, which is kind of the max, and we've got people on the waiting list, so we'll see. Oftentimes we don't get that many show up with it being a free program, but the Hope program for veterans, so it'll start next Wednesday. We had a summer program and a spring program we've already completed, and then I believe the Linksters program at Bloomfield, they're wrapping up their fall series or getting ready to. I think they've been underway. It'll finish up maybe the end of September, and then she's looking at maybe adding some type of winter program as well. But had three Linksters programs, 3 full Linksters programs of both the 6 to 9-year-old group and the 10 to 12-year-old group. Spring, summer, and fall, and so just everything basically is up and going again, and pretty much everything's at capacity. So that's about really all I've got for that. But I'll be happy to answer any questions about it.
I think we're seeing a boom a continued boom in junior golf. Because just from when mine went through in 2012, when she was little, so 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, there weren't options in town. I mean, there weren't. And most schools didn't have, there was only, when Danny went through, there was only probably 4 or 5 girls in the county that played on teams. Most of the high schools didn't have teams. Now, every high school's full, got 3 girls in matches. Every middle school's got 3 girls in matches. Guys have always been there, but with girls, I think the Leinster thing's really made a difference with all of that, growing the game.
Yeah.
All the stuff that TGF is doing and SNEDs, I mean, all that. I've heard people say you can't even get in SNEDs tour events now. It's like a waiting list, like it fills up like your tea times right now. So there's a huge boom coming, and all that's going to feed up. And it's going, they're coming. There's a wave coming. It's great. Good job.
As the condition that our course is in now, you're gonna be bombarded with requests for, particularly from the TGA and the PGA.
Yeah, and I think the, it's definitely, we get a ton of requests from everybody, so it's just balancing that can be a bit of a challenge, make sure we don't get too many, but.
Well, with the club, they're gonna expect you to pick up the slack because they're not going to be able to use Stones River,
Sure.
No, I just thought,
Most of those are on Mondays, we'll have to talk to somebody that plays on Monday, and find out what they do on Mondays over there.
That's anybody. Anybody in the county can play on Mondays at Stones River, can't they?
yeah,
And that's what.
yeah, well, well, you laugh, but it's about true,
Anybody asks me, I just tell them I'm a guest at Blankenship. I don't know whether it works or not, but nobody's thrown me off yet on the whole thing.
Trey, is Emily, does she need help or is she able to carry what the load she's got?
Well, yeah, so I mean, we've actually, she's got quite a bit of part-time help. I think the biggest limiting factor there is time and space. It's not staff.
It's not staff.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, because they're doing a program, like with the Linksters, they're generally over there a couple afternoons a week, and then Saturday. So, if we're gonna try to keep that course open for kids to play free and all, or just anybody else, I mean, you don't want to take up Sunday too, or Saturday, all day Saturday, so just need some more golf holes.
Yeah, Emily was out, I think, Saturday. Dan did a real good job with those Linksters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah, she's got, I think we're expanding her staff over there, so we'll definitely, I mean, could, and that's why she's looking to add some additional opportunities maybe this winter too, because they usually wrap up into September, and I mean, obviously spring and fall both are big for all different types of sports, so you get competing interests, but I think there'll be an opportunity to potentially add something this winter. So I know she's looking at that right now.
Yeah, I failed to mention that I was impressed with the PGA Hope program and the way y'all ran it, and then, and Larry, I understand you've been back
Yeah,
some,
Yeah. it's good.
So, yeah.
Great program. You guys do well with that.
Any other discussion? If not, we'll wind up. You have anything else, Trey, you want to add before we close?
The only thing I wanted to address under old business is, I guess, I was just kind of reading back over, we did look at and got a quote for potentially adding some turf tees over at Bloomfield. We did put that in our operating budget for this year, but I don't think that that was approved. So I just wanted to make note of that.
Okay.
Does that require the concrete foundation like the one at the range is going to be the same thing?
You would need something. We looked at either doing that, or we also looked at, which would be a little bit more, but might be just a different option where you could do some type of railroad type composite cross ties within some type of fill, whether it's gravel or I'm not sure what they would use. And then have that kind of slightly elevated with the mat on top, or you could just come in with concrete.
Would it make sense to try to do it while the back of the range is being done?
It would. It's already under contract, and so we wouldn't probably be able to add to. But that money is coming out of the renovation fund, so they wouldn't let us probably use that.
Could we talk to Whit about getting some money from them?
I'm sure we could. Actually, that you actually reminded me of something. I ran into the guys from Wadsworth Golf Construction Company, and so the Wadsworth they have a foundation also, and they said there would probably be some money, so we can look around.
That's where we got money to build.
What was it, 100,000, wasn't it?
150 was.
150?
I think it was 30,000 for 5 years. I think,
I'll send that over to them and Whit and see what we can.
What would it cost to do the?
I think it was about 30,000 to go with maybe roughly to go with kind of that elevated. They thought that would be maybe a nicer look and kind of make it stand out from, and maybe a little. I don't know, would be more maintenance.
Add them to the back of the current tee box, or add them on top of the current tee box, or add them to the back?
You could,
I think,
possibly, I don't know.
I think you would just use them all the time.
Yeah.
It's so much play over there. I mean, it's just down to, it looks like our driving range
Yeah,
too.
it's beat to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say for sure you could put them on where the existing back tee is. There might be a hole or two that you could expand, but I don't know that every hole would be that way to be able to add tee space. But we can still keep the existing grass tees for the linksters or certain
Yeah.
times a year or something like that.
Hey, as far as the PGA is concerned, do you have anybody in the program?
Sam Swift in the pro shop is working on finishing up level 1.
Okay.
And of course, Emily is PGA member.
Yeah. What about Stephen?
I've mentioned it to him, but he hasn't shown interest.
I thought he was in the program at one time before he got sick, or had the.
If he, not since I've been here, that to my knowledge.
Yeah.
If he was doing everything on his own and not mentioned it to me. But because I've asked about it, told him I'm sure we could find some ways to help. But
Sam through level 1, has he passed his playing ability?
he's passed his playability test, and he's finish up his book work, and then he's got to go to, I'm not sure if it's this some winter, maybe. It's at some point he'll have to go do his seminars now, I guess in
Yeah.
Frisco.
Is there any other old business that we need to discuss this morning? If not, we're adjourned.